What's going on, guys? Gaby E here. So, you want to be an entrepreneur? Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about the number one thing that you have to have down if you are thinking about possibly being an entrepreneur, or if you already are one and want to know what you have to be able to do in order to be successful. Now, how does one become an entrepreneur? Well, how does one become a doctor or a lawyer or engineer or anything else? It involves a process. Now, many of us are conditioned to think that we're supposed to go to school, get an education, get straight A's, and then graduate, go to college, get a degree, and then go find a career and make money and be happy in life. But a lot of people these days seem to settle for their typical jobs. When I say typical jobs, I mean they're 9 to 5, getting paid $10, $15 an hour. Not like anything is wrong with that, but I know, and I want you to know that we are a lot more capable of getting paid $10 or $15 an hour. Each one of us deep down inside has untapped natural potential. And if we are able to tap into this potential, the sky's the limit. Two people tell themselves, okay, I want to be an entrepreneur. However, one goes on to become a successful millionaire and creates a 6 to 7 figure income, while the other person has the same qualities and the same aspirations but doesn't do anything really. What is the difference between those two people? Here's the biggest thing I want you to take away from this video. It all starts with your mindset. It all starts with what is in here. And when I say what's in here, I don't necessarily mean knowing all the information that you need to know to be an entrepreneur, even though there are things that you need to learn. What I mean is having the mindset of an entrepreneur. It's very important and it's very crucial if you want to be successful. You have to be able to develop the mindset of an entrepreneur before you can develop the skill set. Many people are programmed to go into school and get a job, but none of us are really taught to do the things that we want to actually do and enjoy doing. We're not taught to master our own wealth and what we're actually worth. And unfortunately, that's kind of where our school system fails us. But good for you because you're watching this video, so you're gonna start to get a leg up here. To be an entrepreneur, you have to start making that mental mind shift. You have to actually start being accountable for your own life and taking full responsibility of any actions and any results that you have in your life. So why do some of the smartest people that are in our schools sometimes end up not being as successful? The reason why a straight A student can actually fail in the real world is because you can be smart logically and mentally, but if you are not educated emotionally, then you are not going to have what it takes to be successful in the real world. The reason for this is that if you're not educated emotionally, fear itself is going to be the only thing to stop you from taking action and actually trying to become successful. The key to being an entrepreneur is that entrepreneurs are not afraid to fail. They're not afraid to make a mistake. They're not afraid to fall forward. See, schools these days, they punish people for being wrong. They punish people for failure. How do you become successful in school and how do you become an A student? By making the least mistakes. And the school rewards you for that. However, this comes to bite people in the butt because that is not how you survive in the real world. The only way you can survive in the real world is to embrace mistakes and to embrace failure. People that make it out into the real world and become wealthy are people that make the most mistakes. Take Thomas Jefferson, for example. He tried over 1,014 times to create the light bulb. To most people, that would be like, wow, dude, why are you wasting your time? You failed 1,000+ times. Clearly, you're not going anywhere. But he had a very interesting look on his failures. Instead of thinking, oh man, I failed 1,014 times, he said, no, I didn't find a way to fail 1,014 times. Instead, I successfully found 1,014 ways that didn't work. See, he had a whole different outlook on his failure. And it's because he failed and tried again, failed and tried again. And here he goes, learned from those mistakes. That's what made him to be one day make the light bulb. People that learn to make mistakes and fail get ahead in life. But people that are afraid to make mistakes, which we're all guilty of, we all don't want to fail, especially if it's something that's new. But if you don't actually embrace failure, you're not going to be able to learn from that failure. And if you're not learning from those failures, how are you going to find success? The only way to success is through failure. And some people actually take it too far and try to learn and get everything perfect, try to have a perfect roadmap and plan so that they can be successful. This is not what you want to do either, because if you do it like that, you might run into what is called analysis paralysis, which is when you try and get everything perfect, try and get all the information that you need. If you went out there and watched every single video about how to be an entrepreneur, read every single book, took every single class, listened to every single podcast, and did all that stuff, which would probably take you like 50 years, and then took action and started implementing those things, you're not gonna get anywhere. You're taking all this information in and you're not putting it into action. You're not failing forward. Deep down inside, subconsciously, you just might be afraid to fail. You have to get over that. Because if you don't get over that, then all that knowledge that you're soaking in is useless. People say that knowledge is power. Not necessarily true. Knowledge is only potential power. If you know something, but don't take the action to do it, then you might as well not even know that thing in the first place. If you want to be an entrepreneur, you have to start shifting your mindset from being an employee, which is what today's system in our school develops you to becoming an entrepreneur. And those are two completely different schools of mindset. Employees, they're afraid to fail. If you don't do your job right, if you don't clock in on time, you get written up, you get fired, you get a pink slip. What I want to do is challenge you now to start thinking more like an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs get comfortable with the imperfect. They don't have to have everything figured out in order to take action. They just take action. That's the biggest thing. Take massive action. All it takes is one step at a time. And say you fail or trip up on your second step. All you do is get back up, learn why you fell in the first place, and then take the next step, and then take the next step. It's a process. Rome wasn't built in a day, and an empire is gonna go by the same rules. It's brick by brick, day by day, step by step. But the only way you're gonna be able to actually take those steps is if you can get over the fear of failing. Don't let fear hold you back. Act in spite of fear. In fact, embrace it, because once you get over that, the sky is the limit. You know what's funny? All of us are fearful. Every single person on this planet is afraid of something. Jobs, school, grades, relationships. Everybody is afraid of something. That's nothing special under the sun. It's how you respond to failures, what's gonna make the difference between you and where you're at now and where you wanna be. Being an entrepreneur is like walking up a dark staircase. You might only see the first and second step, but if you don't take that step and if you don't trust the system, as in you know the steps are there, you're not just gonna fall off a cliff or something. You don't necessarily know what you're doing, but the important thing is that you're taking a step, one step at a time. Eventually, you're gonna climb the staircase. Trust the system, because believe me, there are thousands of people that are just like you, that started just like you with the thought, I wanna be an entrepreneur. And now they have 6, 7-figure incomes, millionaires, travel the world, free for life. And they're enjoying what you know you want. And if it works for them, it can work for you. The only difference is, what do you think? And just by watching this video, you're taking a step. But now you're like, where do I go? What's the next step I need to do? Now, if you're ready to stop being afraid, if you're ready to actually start to fall forward and to start taking those steps up that staircase and start building your future and start building your empire, if you're looking for a system that you can plug into and start creating a business for yourself, start building a brand, start being the entrepreneur that you know and dream about being, at the bottom of this video, there's a link in the description. Click that link and I will send you to a video. It's a short training that shows you what 6 and 7-figure income earners are doing today, right now, that are helping them build their business and helping them live their lives and live their dreams. These people are just like you. They're making it happen and they're doing it through this system. Click the link below and plug into this system. When you do that, you'll be one step closer to becoming the entrepreneur you know that you want to be. Hope you got some value out of this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to my page. Leave a comment in the section below. Also, don't forget to share this video. Thanks guys, and I'll see you on the next one.